Hey everybody, I thought it was time for a little quick update. Not going to be too long because I want to have a better one in July, and maybe we'll have more information by then as well. Um, but I thought maybe it would be nice to have a quick little one with you, just so you know I'm not sitting on my ass doing nothing. So I got all the responses from everybody from the committee survey, so it was really cool. Thanks so much. And from them, I've made a couple of little changes that I just want to talk to you about. So the first one is that I've collapsed a couple of the channels on Slack, and you may not have noticed if you're not part of them. However, there's now the online community, which will include Rich for TD Live predominantly, Matthew for Web Carnival, Christian for Developod, and Mike for online and social stuff. However, within that, I've also put together Matthew and Christian to be co-pilots for Developod in the future. So good stuff. They'll have someone to, Christian will have someone to do it with. Yay. Second change is that I've combined Angelos and Cecilia's roles or channels into one called the Outreach and Collaboration Team. And so I think it makes sense that Cecilia's role of Associate Liaison, or whatever title we might get to reflect her position better, fits with Agulos's face-to-face, because ideally, Cecilia will make connections with associates in smaller organizations and build relationships, and then pass that information on to Angelos in order to create face-to-face events and strands and all that kind of jazz. So more on that a little bit later. And as a result, I've put together a couple of meetings, online meetings, per team. And so this is something I want to do a little bit more regularly. So Outreach and Collab, we're going to meet on June 10th, it's a Sunday, and talk about strategy and roles and stuff like that. And Online Community Peeps are going to meet on June 17th, I believe. And right now I'm still kind of waiting on the publications team to sort out when availability is, but we'll meet as well sometime during June. And then once that happens, then we'll talk a little bit about how often we want to meet and what kind of support everyone needs from me. And from each other, and we'll figure out a schedule for that. But I think it's a good idea just to keep us a little bit more in touch with each other and not so isolated. And then similar to that, I want to have all committee meetings as well, a few times throughout the year, just so that the conference isn't the only time in which we all kind of get together and see each other. And I know it's going to be really rough because everybody's in different time zones, and I don't think it's going to be possible for everybody to attend every whole committee meeting, and that's going to be cool and fine. But I think it's something we need to try to do just to be a little bit more community-like and, get together and see each other and hang out a little bit, even if it's online. Another couple things is Mike is going to be going to the SIG coordinators meeting in Faversham this weekend, actually, because I didn't think it was appropriate for me to spend TD SIG funds for me to go out for a one-day event, even though I really want to go. But he'll be in my place and taking notes, and we will probably meet shortly after that to debrief on whatever it was that he found out. And along those lines, I think there's going to be some discussion, and there's still some discussion already happening about the PCE with Global Issues SIG. We're starting to work on a draft of the description for it, and a kind of an outline for the day in order to get that stuff to head office so that they can publish it and people can sign up for the PCE soon. There's a little bit more information about that, like the lunch and the price, and there's a whole bunch of discussion, but I'll know a little bit more about that after Mick comes back from the SIG coordinators meeting. Otherwise, I think I've got some ideas as to a couple of new initiatives maybe that we can start thinking about for TD-SIG, but I'd rather wait and talk about those a little bit later when I have something more concrete. And otherwise, I think that'll be about it for now. And hopefully you're all doing really well and keeping busy and maybe relaxing a little bit too. Otherwise, I miss you all and hopefully we can chat really soon. Bye.